China's 4 dragon kings were worshipped as protectors, but each of them controlled a weapon capable of destroying an entire kingdom. The most powerful was Ao Guang, the dragon king of the East Sea. He did not rule from a mountain or a palace in the clouds. His court existed beneath the ocean, surrounded by supernatural soldiers, sea creatures, and treasures no human ruler could possess. Yet his greatest power was not hidden inside his palace. It was falling from the sky. Ao Guang and the other dragon kings were believed to control rain, rivers, storms, and seas. When they sent the right amount of rain, crops grew, rivers flowed, and entire communities survived. But if they withheld that rain, or allowed too much to fall, the same kingdom could face drought, famine, or catastrophic flooding. They could save China, or they could drown it. According to Chinese tradition, 4 great dragon kings ruled the waters in each direction. Ao Guang governed the East Sea. Ao Qin ruled the South Sea. Ao Run, sometimes called Ao Jun in different versions, ruled the West Sea. Ao Shun governed the North Sea. Their names and details were not always identical across every region or period, but their purpose remained clear. Each dragon king represented authority over a part of the watery world surrounding humanity, and among them, Ao Guang became the most famous. Welcome to Eastern and Western Legends. Here, we explore together the most mysterious myths, legends, and epic stories from both East and West. In the story of Nezha, Ao Guang is not presented as a distant and gentle rain god. After Nezha kills his son Ao Bing, the conflict grows into a confrontation between a divine child and the ruler of the East Sea. Ao Guang demands justice and threatens terrible consequences. The dispute becomes so dangerous that Nezha ultimately sacrifices himself to protect his family and community. In Journey to the West, Ao Guang appears again when Sun Wukong enters his underwater palace, searching for a weapon powerful enough to match his strength. Wukong eventually takes the enormous iron pillar that becomes the Rui Jinggu Bang, the legendary staff capable of changing size at his command. These stories reveal something important about Ao Guang. Heroes might embarrass him, challenge him, or steal from him, but they never treat him like an ordinary monster. He is a king with a court, a family, an army, and authority that reaches far beyond the ocean. Defeating a dragon is one thing. Humiliating the ruler responsible for rain is something else entirely. To the south ruled Ao Qin, the dragon king of the South Sea. The southern waters were associated with warmth, powerful weather, and distant maritime regions. In a civilization dependent on seasonal rain, the southern seas could represent abundance, but also violent storms. Ao Qin is less famous than Ao Guang, yet his position carried the same terrifying balance. Water from the south could nourish the land. It could also arrive as destructive weather that no wall or army could stop. A ruler could prepare soldiers for war. He could not arrest a storm. To the west ruled Ao Run, whose name is sometimes recorded differently depending on the story. The West Sea Dragon King appears in legends connected with divine families, transformations, and journeys across the supernatural world. Like his brothers, he was more than a creature living underwater. He belonged to a larger celestial system in which dragons could command lesser spirits and influence the natural order. To the north ruled Ao Shun, the Dragon King of the North Sea. The northern waters carried a colder and darker image. His kingdom represented the distant edge of the known world, an environment of dangerous seas, brutal weather, and forces that humans could not easily understand. Together, the 4 dragon kings formed something far more powerful than 4 separate sea gods. They created a supernatural map of the world: east, south, west, and north. Every direction had its ruler, every sea had its court, and every kingdom stood beneath a sky they could influence. This was why the dragon kings mattered even to emperors. The emperor was described as the son of heaven. He wore dragon robes, sat upon a dragon throne, and used the dragon as the supreme symbol of imperial authority. But when drought devastated the fields, royal clothing could not produce rain. The emperor still needed the cooperation of powers beyond his control. Officials and communities performed rituals asking the dragon kings for rain. Temples were built in their honor, Offerings were made because rainfall was not merely a matter of comfort. It determined whether crops survived, whether taxes could be collected, whether armies could be fed, and whether people continued to trust their ruler. If the rains failed, hunger followed. If hunger continued, order could collapse. That made the Dragon Kings political forces even when they never appeared before the emperor. They controlled the conditions supporting his throne. But calling them evil would be too simple. The 4 Dragon Kings were not demons trying to destroy humanity. They could be generous, protective, and essential to life. Sailors appealed to them for safety. Farmers depended on their rain. Communities honored them because water made civilization possible. Yet that protection was never the same as weakness. A being does not become harmless simply because humans need it. That is what separated the Dragon Kings from many Western dragons. A Western dragon often threatened a kingdom from outside. It burned villages, guarded treasure, and waited for a hero to enter its lair. The 4 Dragon Kings were already part of the system keeping the kingdom alive. Humanity could not simply kill them and celebrate. Destroying the rulers of water might mean destroying the source of rain itself. Their power could not be removed without threatening the people who feared it, and that may be the most unsettling thing about them. The 4 Dragon Kings did not need to conquer China. They did not need to sit on its throne or march armies through its cities. Every farmer, sailor, official, and emperor already depended on the forces they controlled. Ao Guang and his brothers were worshipped as protectors because they brought life. They were feared because the same power could take it away. 4 kings ruled 4 seas, but together they held one civilization's survival in their hands.